as you interlock the two.
Now stretch them right as...
Soccer. And the...
Quiet, please. In exactly 15 seconds, we'll be on the air.
I felt like a reptile. Like a reptile. I felt like a reptile.
Are we all good here? Is your mug in the shot here? Of course it is.
Absolutely is.
Of course it is.
It was there for a reason.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Full Reptile Radio. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Are we recording? Yeah. Are you sure?
Are we recording? That's got to be a sticker.
Are we?
I've got to do that.
Are we rolling? That is lovely.
How nice.
And people don't realise you draw these up for each one, don't you? You make a new one.
Yeah, but it's only like
Craft it.
15 minutes before.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Shit,
Yeah.
I've got something to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just drink my tea and do a background. But then as you were drawing it and I was watching, I thought to myself, I know what I'll go and grab. I know what's been in the back of my cupboard since it was cleared out of my mum and dad's loft.
Yeah.
And I showed up one day, like 2 or 3 years after moving out, and they were like,
This is yours.
Here's everything that you own.
Dude.
This is all, get it out of the house.
I had exactly the same thing. My
It
mum...
wasn't quite that aggressive, but you know,
mine
that was
was.
the essence of it. Oh, it was for you, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, full tilt. My mum's house is really big. So she'd got it out of the loft. Or she'd done it all on her own. You know when mums will do that thing, it's like, we need to do that thing. And then before you know it, they're already doing it on their own. You're like, bro, why are you in a loft? So I think there was 5 stacking tubs of Lego. You know, the old big plastic tubs.
That's a good find, though.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, but then I've got to get it home and put it somewhere. And I can't just keep playing with it. Because then I think I had 5 bags of Scare Electric.
Did you have enough to fill the bath? Could you have had a Lego bath?
I could have had a Lego bath all day, yeah. Yeah, easy. I told you how I got it all, didn't I?
That's a thumbnail for our podcast, isn't it?
Oh, in a Lego bath?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
In a
It will
bathtub
be
full
the
of Lego.
dustiest, crabbiest, off-white, yellowy brick bath.
Yeah, is it really?
With all of the space helmets snapped. Like one guy with... There'll be no hands in any people.
No, of course.
You had to borrow them. Mm-hmm. But what I did like...
And coloured in trousers.
Coloured in, yeah. Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe make him some dungarees.
I don't know where they came from. I never did it to my Lego, but I have sets of trousers, sets of legs that have been coloured in with a blue biro, and I'm like, who the fuck was making jeans?
Yeah, and there was no Sharpies. So
No.
it wasn't like you could leave it on. It would be, your thumb touches it and it looks like he's got stonewashed denim. But I got most of I had my toys growing up, so I had all the normal stuff. But then, I know I mentioned this before, so I'll be quick. But when I was 16 and I had a moped, I had a top box on the back that was slightly smaller than one of them tubs. And wherever I went, because when I was 16, it was 97. So there wasn't the big boom of mopeds that there is now. And all my mates would be like, oh, let me have a go. So I would rent it out. And because if I was 16, I had 3 younger brothers. One was 6, one was 7, one was 8. And basically, I'd make them fill my top box. So I had Lego, Scare Electric, Charges. Can you remember Charges? They were like it was a remote control car, but they were small. And you'd basically have a handle that you would plug it onto for a second. It would give it enough boost. Then you could have a little tazz about.
Yeah.
I got a couple of BMXs. Dude, just literally shit for days. G.I. Joe, He-Man, Action Man. And then I'd get to my mum's and she's like, that's yours. And I didn't have a big car, but I would just have reams of shit. Then I'd get home and Stacey give me that, where's that going to go?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to build it all.
I'm going to buy a new shed.
Yeah, I would love to buy a new shed. Yeah, I'm not allowed any more
Buy
sheds.
a new shed. I think you should be allowed. You got a long garden. You could have a few sheds in there.
I've got 4.
You could have a row of sheds.
Yeah, I have got...
Be like beachfront.
Yeah.
Paint them all different colours.
Different
Be like
colours.
Bournemouth, mate.
Yeah, if it looked like an old deck chair, I think she'd be into it. If it was a bit kitschy. But
You come out one day and there'll be old people sitting outside drinking tea.
I'd take that. I can handle old people. They're my favourite type of people.
Because they're slow and weak.
They're just miserable at the right
Easy
things.
to manhandle out the house.
Oh, yeah, you can just tussle up. No, you can't. No, they've got that wiry strength, haven't they?
It's weird strength, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember doing this competition when we were at Taekwondo. It was like a Thursday night and we were training a sports hall at a school. So they had all like the old kind of the wooden bits that came out and bolted into the floor, and then a bar had come down from somewhere, and ropes and Swedish wall bars and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, my granddad started training In fact, Mystery, right behind you is a photo. Grab me that photo.
Oh, where
I'm
he
wearing
is.
I'm wearing an awful T-shirt on it. It is a
Is it an affliction?
Chuck Liddell,
Chuck Liddell.
affliction shirt.
I could see
How
it a
bad's
mile
that?
off. That was the second one they made. Just to let you know, that's the second one they released.
I mean, anybody that's read my book will know about my granddad. But that's that. I came across this picture the other day. I thought to myself, "Oh, look at that."
Beautiful,
Terrible shirt though, isn't it? I mean, really awful. Fit, like nice feel to them.
mate. They were a vintage cotton.
I mean, for fuck's, look at that. It's like a skull and there's some wings in there. And what are we trying to tell the
but
children?
they all had wings and skulls.
did,
there was
didn't
so they
Nothing to do with MMA. No
No.
one's got wings. I mean, everyone's got a skull, but we don't necessarily need to.
the first one was Randy versus Tim Sylvia when Randy came out of retirement and he hit him
Skull
with
and crossbones on your hat.
Is it there? Yeah.
No wings though.
Everyone's into
No
skulls.
wings, no cobwebs,
No chains, no flames.
no chains, no flames.
No. Well, that was the first one because I got that and I got Randy to sign it when I met him. Well, he was not impressed about it.
What, the Iceman one?
No, imagine. Yeah, it knocked me out. But then they bought that one out, and then there was a generic one with a bandana. They did a Mike Thomas Brown
Did they? Yeah.
for saying that because it was all WEC and he'd beat Faber twice, and it was in that era. So they did that. They did a Ricky Hatton.
Was that the one where Faber bounced off the fence straight
dude.
onto a punch?
He bounced off to do
Like
a
try an
spinning back elbow,
Yeah,
and Mike Thomas Brown was like,
Mike Thomas Brown.
that's what it said.
Before he became Mike Brown as the coach.
Mate,
he
when
dropped the Thomas when he became a coach.
I saw him in Vegas and I said, Mr. Mike Thomas Brown, it is a pleasure to meet you. And he looked at me like all of the other coaches and fighters looked at me like, why the fuck are you in the media tent? Why are you here?
Yeah. He's awesome, Mike Brown. He's a good
Amazing.
coach. Nice
Yeah,
dude. Anyway, the story I was talking about the sports hall, the Taekwondo
Strength.
place. My granddad started training with us when he was 60 and retired at 65.
Okay.
You know, graded a couple of belts, but, you know, just was there just to do
Undefeated.
it and to, you know, he used to take me along and all that kind of stuff. Nice one, mystery. Someone called you Ministry the other day. I thought that was quite cool.
Ministry. Nice.
Yeah. Ministry. Good band.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Ministry of
Oh.
Mystery.
It's,
We're good?
yeah. Kicking the fuck out of everything, isn't he? Oh, Jesus.
So-
it's amazing. Look, you've seen his phone screen, haven't you?
Oh, dude, I've seen it all.
There's a crackling.
I've seen it all. And it upsets me more than it upsets him.
I can hear. Oh, I can hear a bit of feedback.
There's
from
a bit of
somewhere.
fuzz.
Oh, see, kick it. See,
I'm on.
You know what I mean?
I'm on airport mode.
Anyone that's got that hat that's got so many colours on it.
You know that hat actually comes with a propeller. That hat legit comes with a propeller, like Fozzie Bear. Ministry of Fozzie.
Ministry of Fun. Brilliant.
Are you getting a nice picture?
I'm just taking loads.
Do we need to shop a propeller on?
I'm trying to give him the feeling that he gives me most of the time when I'm at the gym.
Not uneasy.
Um,
So after 65,
yeah,
did he carry on taking?
No, he
you?
just stopped and he kept coming along and watching and bringing plenty of cold water for everybody and all that kind of stuff as granddads do. But we did this one thing where we bought one of those balance beams down to like, so we could all be off the floor basically.
Yeah.
And it was a who can hang on the longest. And like, I mean, we're all like, you know, there's some, we're ranging from sort of 15 to like 35.
But you're all ace.
And then there was a jump.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But then there's a jump up to like 65, my granddad. And he like hooked on
That was it.
and just stayed there, just closed his eyes.
Yeah.
And like we all failed, but
Mate.
forearms are burning. Oh God! Just turn around, he's just still hanging
Still
there, like
there.
in this meditative state. I'm like,
That was like that guy. Can you remember
wake him up.
season 2 against Joe Daddy Stevenson? What's his name? Luke Kumo.
Is this? Oh yeah,
Luke Kumo.
He's
when he
still
did-
mad.
He went against the wall, and it's not a plank or a bench. What's it called? Where you put your
Yeah,
back
like
against
a
the
wall sit.
A wall, and he was just there, and no one recognised who he was. No one knew who he was, and he did that, and then. Even I think it was Matt Hughes and Rich Franklin as the coaches, and they changed over. Rich Franklin came in, it's still there. Well, you did, proving a point.
Who was the one? Who were the coaches when they did? Was it Diego doing like the climb around drill?
The monkey drill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
No.
then-
Mark Dodson, John Dodson did that as well.
yeah, but no,
But
but
I
there was an
think Diego
early
did it
one,
early on.
and he did like 300 revolutions,
Yeah.
and then the other team said, "Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We forfeit."
Yeah, because they did a challenge, didn't they? They used
Yeah.
to do like rope climbing challenges and mad
That was
shit.
it.
Yeah, weird. But old people, it's the strength. Like my granddad. My granddad worked. He was down the pit. Then he worked for Silkaline I mean, to be fair, to bring Silkaline in, that's Fox, which is the one, Foch. How do you say it?
I think it's Foch.
Foch lubricant, right?
Fuchs.
Which is now part of...
Definitely not Fox.
Fox, well, we always called it Fox when we were on the motorbikes, because if you needed oil, I need some Fox oil. Do you know what I mean?
Of course you think it's Fox as well. Yeah?
It's the same.
Pronounced Fox, is it? Yeah.
Well, they've sponsored Emma,
Fuchs.
so that's what brought it back to my mind. But because he was always dealing in with oil and all that sort of stuff, his grip strength was fucking insane. And I can remember being on holiday once, and it was one of them ones where we used to go with my grandparents, and my mum was giving me no, you're not going to do that. And I was, say, I don't know, 14, 15, and I'm pushing back a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, watch this. And I basically pushed my chair out to stand up, and he just grabbed me just on my wrist and was like, sit down. And he was 4'11", tiny, like he's as wide as he was tall, not fat, but he was just solid and he just grabbed me. And I was like, fucking what? And honestly, I've never been gripped up, police anyone in the same manner.
Old man strength.
Mate, it was just old dude strength, yeah.
That's something though, like working down the pit.
Yeah.
Like that was something I heard a lot in my childhood, but I never really started to actually comprehend it until I was a bit older. Like the idea
terrifying.
of going down underground to mine coal.
Yeah.
Sounds fucking awful.
Mate. Well, my uncle Kevin, so my dad's side of the family is from Sheffield, which is obviously big mining industry, community and all the rest of it. They've made films about it, but it's out there. And there was a big news story one year where what they did, they got into a lift, went down the mine shaft, and then there was a conveyor belt, similar to, I don't know, the shopping, whatever, just a conveyor belt. You'd kneel on or crouch, and then you jump off when you get to the end. And this thing lost speed. It lost all programming and just went apeshit. And it went to whatever mile an hour. If I say it was 80, it might have been 8. I don't know. Whatever it was dangerous. A lot of people got hurt. And he was on it. And he hit his head and got diagnosed with something like epilepsy and couldn't go back.
Yeah.
So he went from just working every day, doing this. And he's the same. His hands are like pan shovels. It's fucking horrible. You know when you go to shake someone's hand and it just sort of dwarfs your entire arm? You're like, okay.
Yeah, Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shook hands with him and I couldn't see most of my arm at the same time.
But you're all born a baby. Like that. Those genetics, you know, that drop in and go, you're going to be 5'7".
You're going to be supersized.
Yeah, you're going to be the size of a 14-year-old girl. Good, I can live with that. Ngannou's like, he's eating 14-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Dude.
It's terrifying.
But then at the weekend, what do you reckon? Cyril Gane? Did he look good enough to give you the impression that he could beat Ngannou?
The problem is, I wanted Lewis to win.
Did you?
I really did, because I
like Derek Lewis, but I didn't want him to be champ. I don't want him with a belt around his waist. Because he just doesn't represent the pinnacle of MMA.
He doesn't, but the thing is, I kind of got past that a little bit with Brock, because I never liked Brock. Because Brock came in, Frank obviously had a word with him.
Yeah.
He then fought Heath Herring and rolled him across the cage, didn't put him away, which to me, that's Heath Herring, bro. Then he fought Randy and was 7 times the size of him. Hit him in the head with that. You know, one of those industrial cans of baked beans that you get at like a...
Mate, I was at that event. When Brock got into the octagon, he looked like one of those 1960s fridge freezers. Yeah. Like ones you could hide in during a nuclear blast.
It would look better if it said Smeg across his chest than that sword, dagger.
Cock chestnut. Have you seen the picture?
I have not
Someone's photoshopped like a tattooed cock on there. It says cock chestnut.
I don't think you got to Photoshop a lot.
No, it's not.
Maybe just a Japs.
Yeah,
and you're in. Do you know what I mean?
Not a wonderful tattoo.
No,
but then I don't know what else I'd expect of him. Maybe some moose antlers across his back.
Yeah, they are kind of dark. It's almost that, you know, when someone's trying to prove a point that they're tough. And you're like, there's a degree to nerd armor, and I know that, but you can tell when someone is comfortable within themselves to get brain dead on their leg or part of a story, whereas it doesn't have to be like when you got like a reaper dripping with blood, holding a skull and eating a baby. And you're like, all right, if you're into that.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone fully ever is.
It's like Fedor's brother, isn't it?
Mate.
Like, have you seen, like, he's
full
got some...
tilt prison tats.
He's got some crazy... He's got like a skeleton Madonna on his back holding a baby.
Yeah.
He's got some mad prison tattoos on his knees with some, symbols and stuff
Dude.
that you'd only get in a Russian prison.
Chris Bliss bought a book into work once, and he'd bought this Russian prison tattoo like dictionary. And you're just going through, and it's like, that means that you've killed such and such with such and such, and that means that you did it with a biro. And honestly,
Alexander Emelianenko on every page like that.
yeah,
modeling
just modelling, just showing his calf off on his toes.
He's a scary individual.
Savage.
Taught a seminar with him once, and it was at Harvey Adden where we used to do the Cage Warriors events, and it was like we were teaching on mats on a basketball court that had been had mats put down, and on the other side of the curtain there was a basketball court with no mats. So he'd come over, he'd teach a bit of a technique, and then he'd go on to the other side and play basketball while we were drilling it.
Really?
I mean, I wasn't doing the seminar. I was like teaching a part of it, but it was just the weirdest fucking thing. It was like he just clearly didn't want to be there.
Doesn't want to be there. Do you know who my brother is?
And then didn't he like move to a monastery and grow a massive beard or something? He was like working as a carpenter in a monastery.
Yeah, in between. So like him and Fedor came along pretty similar.
Yeah.
Because was Fedor's breakout? Was it against Little Nog or Big Nog?
Yeah, it was.
Was it Pride 8 or something like that?
Something like
that. It was
that.
early doors, but it was like I'm sure it was one of the Nogs, and he kind of came out and was like, "Oh yeah, I just look like a butcher, but I'm not. I'm a straight killer."
Yeah.
With his little wooden.
They were big, massive wooden crucifix.
Yeah.
They were so different though, weren't they? Like the two Fedor, but like Fedor's fighting again though. Do you see that? Tim Johnson.
Okay, yeah, and is that to
I
get him a
wanted Josh
win?
Barnett. That's the fight I wanted. Although there was somebody. Oh yeah, JDS was talking about putting his name in the hat.
Really?
Like, imagine that.
I wouldn't mind watching
JDS. You could put JDS, Verdum, Josh Barnett, and Fedor in a little 4-man tournament.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Would they be able to have all the Smarties they want?
All the Smarties they want.
They can have any sweets.
Yeah. Because dip their hands in caramel,
Yeah.
and then in Smarties and jelly babies.
Because Josh Barnett, he can't pop again, and it'd be a bad thing. I think the age he is, it's all right now.
Yeah.
Have what you want. Same as Fedor. Have what you want.
Yeah.
I just
Do you
want
reckon he would though? Do you reckon?
What, Barnett?
Yeah.
I don't know when he hasn't.
He had his UFC belt took off him, didn't he? For
Dude.
that.
That was against Randy.
Yeah.
But that was still classed as a loss.
Mate, was it a loss?
Yeah.
So it wasn't done no contest.
No, it was in early days, so I'm sure they sort of did that thing a bit like the
not sure what they were doing.
Matt Serra against Matt Serra against Din, and they went back and were like, yeah, you won, but you just said I won. He's like, yeah, well, what about the record? There are no records.
Yeah, don't matter.
Yeah, no one will remember this.
Don't matter. I put a tweet out just before we started. So what I think we should do, like every episode, is discuss an event, an old event, and I thought I'd ask a few questions. I've asked the question, and we've got a few good recommendations.
Okay.
But
just quickly on Gane then.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not done with that because I want to talk about some matchups as well.
You hit us with some structure, and I will follow.
No, and don't give me that responsibility. Tell me about Gane. Tell me about Cyril Gane and how you think he matches up against Ngannou.
I think I will be really jazzed for it when it comes round. Because they're both quite young in an early career, and they've both got the background, obviously, from the French camp and all the rest of it. When you've got someone seasoned like Stipe coming in against Francis, there's a definite game plan. He's got a stronger wrestling base. He's going to completely exploit that. And as much as it was an incredible win for Stipe, it wasn't one of the Ngannou over him, like, I'm going to take your head off your shoulders to the bleachers. So I always admire someone's fight and knowledge and skill set and all the rest of it, but there's something to be said for two heavyweights that are at a similar point in their career that they're going to probably keep it standing. Yeah. Which I'm more excited about because I want to see if Gane can take a punch.
See, that's the first thing. We've not seen him take a punch yet.
No.
We've not seen him take a punch because he's been too fast for everybody.
Exactly.
And this is where I'm interested to see like where they match this and when they match this. Because you would think this is going to be a pay-per-view main event.
Without
so it'll
doubt.
be in the big octagon,
Yeah.
which obviously favours Cyril Gane. But then if you look at the MMA factory, it's a small mat and you put a couple of heavyweights on there and it becomes even smaller. And I think they've had a good few rounds where Ngannou's been in the pocket, so he knows how he does when he's able to get his hands on Cyril. And I think he still might be discouraged and feel that he's difficult to hit anyway.
Yeah.
Because even when Cyril is closed down, he's got good defense and good head movement. He's really difficult to hit.
He's just fast. It's fast and so smooth. Like Derek Lewis, there was no scraps for him left out anywhere for him to clamp onto.
He landed like 3 strikes or something. It's like 3 clean strikes. And they weren't, I wouldn't even say they were clean. I mean, there was not a mark on his face.
No.
And Derek Lewis is a headhunter.
Yeah.
So it's not even like we'd look for damage anywhere else in the body. But one thing I will say, though, I think the occasion got to Lewis.
It was a lot more about mental for
Right.
Lewis. It was the same as when he fought Ngannou that first time. As much as we class that as an Ngannou win, no one won in that fight. No one won in that fight. For saying it was the 2 big bangers going against each other,
Yeah.
I think the thing that has put Gane higher up for me and has given him more of a chance to win. I mean, they've both obviously got a chance. We know that. But when he fought Rosenstruik and he avoided so much.
Yeah.
And he made Rosenstruik look like all of Rosenstruik's opponents before him. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of, for me, that just gave him another tick in that attributes box thing. He's definitely got a chance. Like, there's more elements that he could win. Whereas we know that Francis, going up against heavy hitters, he's more in his own head.
Yeah.
Like when he fought Lewis. Like when he fought...
So do you think he'll be better than because he doesn't think Cyril's a heavy hitter? Because he's not. I mean, he's not heavy-handed like Derek Lewis would be, and so that makes sense why Gane and Lewis had that standoff. Especially because Lewis does take people down from time to time, and Gane had just spent 25 minutes under Stipe.
Yeah.
So it was almost like he had a bit of a freeze.
Ngannou.
Both of them, but I think but Ngannou had a bit of a freeze because of that, and because he was up against another power puncher, and Derek Lewis did because he's up against someone that can match him for power.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And I just think sometimes Lewis can come in his own head.
Yeah,
I think he did in that fight,
100%.
So I think the question in my mind with Ngannou and Gane is, because they're familiar with each other in sparring, does Ngannou hold back? Is he hesitant against Cyril? Because does he go, oh well, okay, Cyril's not Derek Lewis. Yeah. Like, he might be able to hit me 100 times, but he won't knock me out.
Yeah,
with
he's not
one.
going to take my head off.
So then does Ngannou go, as long as I can get close to him and force him to trade in the pocket, I'm always going to come off better in that equation. It might give him more confidence, is what I'm saying, because they're familiar.
See, one of the big things that I think plays into it, because with all that, it's kind of on the night. You never really know, do you? Mm. And we're trying to make sense of one performance or a couple of performances. I think what I've seen over the years of me following MMA is when you see someone get to a point like, let's say, Rashad. Rashad stood back, waited for John. Big mistake. Mm. This sport never ever stops. So when Conor stopped for a minute and came back against the person he's beat, then he gets beaten. It's like, oh, whoa, this isn't how this works. I've already done this. And it's kind of replaying moments. So when I saw that Stipe had lost and Ngannou had won, Ngannou up until that point was just fighting and kept clawing back. So he got up to the title shot, lost, then carried on again. There was not a lot of stuff in the media. There was nothing public about money, about where he's training, about negotiating or any of that stuff, which kind of makes stuff, I don't know, what it's like when you're fighting and someone just drops you off for a fight each week at Taekwondo or whatever, is different than someone negotiating a purse or whatever it is. And I think because Cyril's not going through any of that, he's still that hungry kid that's justifying and proving himself. And you see each time, like, he's had a couple of performances that weren't absolutely standout.
Yeah.
But I think even with someone like GSP, just before he beat...
But even his standouts, it made him look easy, didn't it?
Exactly. Mm. But there were times when it was like GSP got to the party before he realised he should have been there. So he psyched himself out against Matt Hughes by not even being able to look him in the eye, and then went kind of careful. He always showed up, but it wasn't as many stoppages or finishes, and it was more a case of managing danger, managing threat, and that can become counterproductive when you're managing danger. And like there was a saying, make yourself comfortable in the uncomfortable. I don't think that's the exact saying because it sounds stupid, but you know what I mean.
It was something like that, though, and that's quite poetic as it is.
Yeah.
You know, especially for this podcast.
Well, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, we're not
We've got Lego
normally-
screensavers.
Well, that's another tangent we need because I've got that Lego set down
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
haven't I?
yeah, we are.
We'll come back to that, but that will remind us.
But because Cyril he's not relaxed into his big payday, his pay-per-view payday, looking at money.
Does that change with the belt, though? Because he's got a belt
exactly,
now, even
but
if it's
it's not a long enough time because as much as in the build-up, Francis said that is the real belt. That's the belt. Lewis said that's the belt. Cyril did not say that. He was like, yeah, well, it's just a ticket to the show, which I admire that because he's not stopping until he's got there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people sort of get there and then do that. All right, now you want to talk money, do you?
Yeah.
And it kind of, when you look at anyone that's waited out or tried to play that game and take their focus slightly off fighting, you're a fighter first.
Yeah.
You know this. You know what you can do in that world, and that is your world. When you're then being brought in to have aggro about other bits, it almost makes it ugly because if you feel like you're not being treated as fairly or you're not getting what you deserve or whatever, then it just kind of puts a little bit of a shitty stick in the situation, if you know what I mean. Where I think with Ngannou at the minute, he's a bit in that place because, I mean, we watched Fast and Furious 9. Fuck me. Have you seen it? Dude.
I got off the train at about 4, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was we'd watched that many things that she was like, Stacey said, do you fancy a laugh?
Yeah.
We can see Dom and his family. And
there's only so many times I can ignore a story just to go, that's a nice car.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I can Google cars all day. It's like boobs. I've got enough time to Google them. I don't need to worry about watching them. So Ngannou's in that. He doesn't talk or anything. He's just in a truck.
Yeah.
And like at the end where they're following him, this truck's following him, and he comes out on this big Gatling gun and sort of kind of gets iced out. Doesn't talk, doesn't say anything, not really credited. And it was similar to the Ronda step over, because if you remember, Ronda stepped over to
Expendables.
Fast and Furious and Expendables. But that was a lot of around the time when she was defending against not Holly Holm.
Yeah.
The one that came before, the ones that came before that.
So it was a bit like Keith Jardine's cameo in Crank 2.
In Crank, dude.
Which was weird. He was wearing his own t-shirt.
Number one, Dean of Mean. Yeah. And he was like,
It was...
what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Play the game.
So what MMA stars made the best crossover to acting, to movies? Is it Gina Carano?
Gina Carano.
I mean, she was in Mandalorian for a bit until she started talking about the Holocaust or something, didn't she?
Yeah,
she pissed off a bunch of people.
She didn't get filtered, did she?
No.
Bless her. And then she had other people backing her up, which was like, come on now.
Yeah.
They're not. You can't say some of them words.
Whilst taking photos of himself outside the Capitol building.
Yeah. Loving it with their special badges.
That's it.
I don't know. I mean, even you've got Gina Carano that essentially anyone, even from Brock Lesnar era, because if you go from Brock Lesnar, Conor, Ronda, we've got now Ngannou, if you like, whoever. It's obviously John Jones is in there, but it's more the eras that you can define. Gina wasn't necessarily she was Strikeforce and she was a ladies champion. So both of those things at a big time was not really anything that anyone was watching.
No.
And there wasn't a massive amount of competition.
She's more famous now as an actress than
Without
she was
a
as
doubt,
a fighter.
yeah.
What was the first one she did called Haywire?
Haywire was good. Yeah.
She did Expendables and then Haywire, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think Gina Carano probably wins this
Yeah,
thing.
she did all right. She's done a lot better.
Although Tank Abbott was in Friends.
Yes, he was. And they were in King of Queens. So obviously,
was he really? Oh yeah, of course. Because
Yeah.
Kevin James was a big fan. I remember I stayed at Sean Tompkins' house for a few months while he was, I think he was up in Canada getting married. I was kind of house sitting for him in Vegas and training at the Extreme Couture. And he had a whole load of King of Queens. He had the whole series.
Nice.
And then he had photos of him on the wall with him and Kevin James.
Kevin James,
yeah.
nice.
He was always wearing tap-out shirts in the show, wasn't he?
In the show. So he had
the good tap-out
clinch,
shirts
sprawl,
before tap-out was shit.
All of them, yeah. And it was, is it Mark Delagrotte? Sing Yong Tong.
Yeah.
Is it Sing Yong Tong?
Sit your tongue.
Sit Yong Tong. Sit Yod Tong.
There you
Yeah,
go.
well, he was, so they were big buddies, and there was a scene in the CAF when they're downstairs, and it's like the delivery drivers for UPS or whoever he drove for versus these other guys. and basically it all went a bit blurry, and you got Dan Henderson taking his teeth out, Rampage, Randy. I think there's a few others in there.
Yeah.
But obviously MMA at the time, he was trying to draw it through, because then he did the Here Comes the Boom. Because Bass is always good. I mean,
he's not been in many movies though, has he? I mean, he's a very specific.
He's
type
with Adam
of person.
Sandler a bit.
He'd have been good as one of the nihilists in The Big Lebowski.
Oh, dude.
You know, the Octavia Johnson guys with the ferret. He'd have done a good job there.
But no one's really made. It's not like anyone's done a Dwayne Johnson. Or like even John Cena. If like when you watch John Cena, I mean, again, he was in Fast 9 and he was in something else we watched. But when you watch his early movies, they're awful.
Yeah.
But like, there's a definite path that people are
He'd have
carving
been a better
through.
Captain America, John Cena would.
Oh, he's the right shape.
No,
He's the Lego shape. And his hair. John Cena's hair. But it always surprised me how small he is. He's not a tall dude,
Is he not?
No.
Talking of Lego, as you were drawing that, I thought to myself,
What were you getting?
I remember my parents clearing out their loft and going, "Oh, we found some of your stuff, and here's a Lego set." And this has literally been in the cupboard since then. I've not opened it.
Has it ever been opened?
Oh yeah. No, it's been opened and built, played with, and I'll be surprised if. Well, first of all, I'll be surprised if all the pieces are there, because I probably cannibalized it to make other stuff, mostly pirates.
How white will the white be?
Not very. And I wonder whether the face bar of the helmets will be there. So, who's got Google? Who's got internet? Have you got internet? Go on,
I'm
Mystery.
on
Search Lego 6972 and find out what year this came out. What do you reckon? 97?
80. No, that's 80s.
You reckon? Yeah.
88.
wonder if-
87.
I wonder if it's all there. I can't see the base for a start. That's not a good sign, is it? And it's been fucking sellotaped back together.
Elaine's done a good job. She's done a good job of preserving
I
this.
think I might have done this, to be honest.
I believe it's
What are
you.
you finding me? 6972.
I'm saying 80, between 87 and 89, I think.
I reckon it's newer than that.
No,
I
but
reckon it's
the
like
helmets-
90.
the helmets
Yeah.
changed in 90s.
Did
It had
they?
the visor and it had the more of a bigger jaw.
Well, we'll see. As soon as Mystery's
Say 88.
Mystery, he can't see see through all the cracks on his phone screen.
No, it's when I'm searching it.
So Lego 6972 release date.
You're right spelling Lego. Do you want to?
Have you seen Lepin?
No.
So
That
my
already sounds awful.
mate, my mate he knows that I'm into Lego, and
Is it like a false? Oh, it's
Yeah.
a false Lego.
he came straight over. He says, "Oh, mate, I've got a way to save money on Lego." And I was like, "Well, this seems like a meeting I need to join." And
There's definitely not a base in there, is there?
no,
God damn it.
and it's
anyway.
basically rip off Lego. I can't deal with it.
That's cool though.
That's exactly the
I
same,
want to fill that with chocolate and make a massive chocolate mold.
dude.
Got some special. We can make some special chocolate as well. Some space chocolate.
This Benny,
We can make some space
we
chocolate.
can make space Lego chocolate.
Hey. I mean, you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
Sponsored by Shatterpen. What?
Look at Benny.
Oh,
how
look at
clean
him,
that is.
mate. I looked after my shit,
And
and it's not like I didn't play with it all the fucking time as well.
all of these
Are they all complete?
are helmets
Oh,
intact
mate,
and
I'm proud of myself.
backpacks on.
Although I don't know where the base is. That's not good. Go on,
Yeah,
lift
there's a
that
base.
out.
There's a base.
Oh, there is a. Oh, my day just gets better and better.
See, moon bases were
Look at
good
that.
until you wanted to build a house, and then you're like, "Oh shit, we have to pretend we live in a quarry." Oh, mind you, that could be a '90s piece. That's new. I didn't see that on the box, but I'm not going back on my. I'm not going back on my.
That's like
guess.
what's his name's grill, isn't it?
What, Bane or
Baby. 87, really? This is old. Yeah, and I won't say that because she'll be offended.
What?
This is of a good age.
87,
mate, and it's look how clean it is.
I'm not going to touch any more of it because I'm going to just stain it with green fingers.
Like your seat on the ride along
Don't,
set,
mate,
we
I'm
will
more-
get back to that at some point.
I'm
seeing the ride
ashamed
along.
of my ride along seat.
Yeah,
It's just covered in shit,
I'm impressed with myself, honestly, genuinely. But I do love those three little men there.
mate. Well,
Well, what I'll do is I'll put that to one side and build that motherfucker later.
what I was going to tell you about, this was, so the only reason that I linked that to the 80s specifically was because I was 4.
Pacifically, it's Pacific.
Oh, sorry, specifically for our special listeners. My mum and dad had a divorce, or got divorced when I was 4, so that would have been 85. And the reason I say that is because when I came downstairs one morning, it must have been my 4th birthday. I had a whole Lego spaceship set, really big.
Really?
And it was like the biggest one you could get. I think it was it was obviously guilt from my parents. And for whatever reason, it was guilt Lego for my birthday.
Guilt Lego still plays the same,
Mate, I've still got it.
Still plays the same.
I convinced myself, though, and because our hairdresser at the time was at our house, I think she's just there as a bit of like a...
Oh, as a mediator.
A mediator.
A conflict mediator.
A hairdresser. And I was convinced
snip.
she'd bought me this Lego.
Fucking stay back.
Exactly. Yeah, stay back. I've got some scissors with that little hook on the loop. And I was convinced she'd bought me this Lego. So the whole... that from being that age until being about 15 and thinking... I can remember on the day on my birthday thinking, why didn't my parents buy me anything? Like, they've clearly bought me this set, but because she was there and she'd passed it to me to, like, pacify me, she'd bought me this massive Lego set. And I was like, Mom, if the hairdressers buy me... I'm on airport. Airplane.
Airport mode.
See, if
Might be mine.
if the hairdresser's buying me this set, why am I getting gypped by my parents?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so...
What's your hairdresser got to be guilty for?
Yeah,
oh,
for real.
fucking hang on a minute.
Yeah, funny story.
Is there a deep...
Mom.
Oh, what?
Imagine. Yeah, well, I won't be far off. But
Did she drive one of them little Suzuki Jeeps?
Imagine, that'd be a nice, Mom.
Well, no, I'm talking about the hairdresser. That's like...
That's a hairdresser's car.
That's right, it's hairdressers or aerobics.
Okay.
Right, it was one or the other.
I
If you saw one of those driving around, it's either got yoga mats and dumbbells in the back or scissors and capes.
And that big black bottle and a big white bottle of conditioner and shampoo. You know, the ones they get from the fucking cash and carry. It's like, do you want me to wash your hair?
It comes in the same bottle as the mayonnaise does when you go to a kebab shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oversized.
Is that garlic mayonnaise? No, this is actually...
This is Tresemme.
It's actually suntan lotion, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so... Well, I always thought it was MX-5. MX-5 and...
No, my mum was an aerobics instructor and she had an MX-5.
Yeah, well, a hairdresser. I can remember that I used to go to this guy in...
She was a hairdresser, but only for me, which is why I look like the mushroom off fucking Mario Kart.
I can do the clip.
Yeah.
I've cut quite a few people's hair, and I'm normally really drunk.
Yeah.
It comes up on my Facebook memories quite often, but I think because I'm a bit mental when it comes to detail. You know, when someone is cutting I'm following everything they're doing.
Yeah.
Unless I'm falling asleep.
Learning it.
Yeah, I'm like, I could do this.
Yeah. I could grow my hair back in this direction.
Yeah, yeah. But
I am a mohawk master.
Yeah, I can believe
I can
it.
shave your head or I can cut you a mohawk, but anything else
Yeah, but you do your own
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
But do you not... Is it not... It's like when you try to wipe your bum with your left hand. Have you ever tried that? I know this is weird.
I don't think so.
You try... My dad hurt his right arm when
used
we
to
were
use paper.
trialing. And yeah, he's using his arm. He's got a bidet. And he came downstairs fuming. And this is one of them typical dad things where they like walk in and go, you ever tried to wipe your ass with your left hand? And it's like, have you just been for a poo, have you, Dad? You should have shouted. And because he'd hurt, I can't remember if he'd hurt his back or his arm, but he had to use his left hand. He said, bloody hell. He said, I can't do that. We're going to eat soup for the rest of like 6 months. So I always, when you try and do something the opposite hand, it's like when you're drawing. You know,
brushing your teeth feels real weird. I remember I have spent days where I've gone, no, I'm going to brush my teeth with my opposite hand today. Yeah. Or like try and write something with the opposite hand. It's no good. Do you ever... I found myself... I nearly wrote this in my phone the other day. Do you close your eyes when you brush your teeth? No.
I often close my eyes. I don't know why.
Yeah. Is that? Do you spin them inside so you can see what's going on?
Yeah, just checking out the molars.
You're looking down onto you.
Are you cleaning these properly, young man?
Here's another question for you.
Go on.
When you're brushing your teeth, do you leave the tap running?
No.
Then have a fucking word with Ollie next time you see him. Can you imagine that?
Well, he leaves it running.
He leaves it running.
Why though? You don't need...
And then Anna comes in and turns it off, and then he gives Anna shit for it.
No, it's only to wet the... It's only to wet the
exactly.
toothpaste.
Wet it, turn it off, and then you brush your teeth. And then you turn it back on.
Rinse it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And if you're a kid...
Don't leave it running.
No.
The fuck?
No. But the main thing
waterfall.
is... You've got to get enough water on that old toothpaste and mouth gunk that when a kid twats it on the side of the sink thinking they're doing the right thing, cleaning their brush... I'm not kidding. I could go CSI blood spatter expert within fucking days because our blinds, it looks like a bukkake party. gone wrong. I swear to God, they're just like, hey, Dad, brush my teeth. Bang, 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 bang. I'm like, whoa. The fuck? Under the tap, kid. I don't know. But no, I can't. Our tap, we've got one of those fancy waterfall taps.
You have.
But if you put it on too
nice.
fast...
It's so you can see the water before it falls off the edge. It's a bit exciting.
And then
you want to see a little canoe come out.
That's what I want to see. Just float some...
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how old is too old to have Lego toys and different toys in the bath? Because I could still play.
I think I would struggle to find a room in this house that doesn't have Lego in it somewhere.
There you go.
The gym doesn't have Lego in it, but that's only because my fucking thing fell off the wall.
Which
Driving back the other day from the expo, and all of a sudden I got a notification on my phone. There was a big fucking crash in the house. So I pulled up the camera system and I heard this thing, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like 20 minutes away from home, like ease onto the acceleration a little bit. I'm like, "Fucking change my shoes." Inside joke. We'll explain another time. And what had happened was I had a Rocky Lego figure in a frame, like a glass box, up on the wall, and it just decided to fucking leap off the wall and headbutt the airdyne. So now I have no Lego in the gym, so I've got to figure out another way of getting my Rocky Lego figure up on the wall again.
Did you do one of those sticky hooks?
I did. No, I didn't. No, I did command strips, but then
saying the brand doesn't help.
Mate, don't talk shit on command strips because fucking everything in here will fall down.
Mate, this is my thing. That's why screws and nails have been around for a fucking long time.
Do you like how I've used the giant stamps that you ordered?
I do like. They kind of remind me of an early fuck up.
Grab one off the wall for us.
Do you want me to get one of the stamps that are for our coffee bags?
Grab that near side one. It should peel off because it's only on a command. Oh shit, Mystery's gonna start kicking the fuck out of everything again.
So
calm it down, Mystery.
So
he's got his Bellator top on. He's done legs today. He's feeding feisty. Yeah, that one. Just pull that off the wall there.
So
put it back in
just
a bit.
to
There we go.
Bring a little bit of context. I was when we started.
Just to bring a little bit of context. Let's
for size.
For scale.
Fucking hell.
And if you've ever received a package from Full Reptile, you will know that sometimes there are stamps on things.
Yeah, we stamp a lot of stuff.
Not this kind of
it's a bit
size
too
stamp.
big. No, I didn't have a roller tray big enough to put a fucking stamp in. So I was in charge initially, still am.
I was in charge.
I was just in charge.
It was.
And when we're doing the coffee bags, there was a massive deliberation over how we design these bags, how much information we put on these bags.
Yeah.
And I had...
eco-friendly as well. We didn't want them getting printed and all that kind of stuff.
No plastic, no
recyclable.
Stickers. And anyone who had the first 100 would have had a plastic bag with 2 stickers on.
First 100 seems like a long time ago.
It does. And I've still got one of the bags. Stacey's mum's got it because you wrote a message to her. She thinks. So she doesn't listen to this. There's far too much gossip and penis talk and wiping bums. So when we got the coffee bags, I was driving back from an event and I said to Dan, why don't we just stamp them? So if we can get a craft paper bag, we'll stamp it. We'll get a black bag and we can stamp it because Dan had this gold stamp that we did for the swing tags, which I need to mention in a sec. Don't let me forget. Ooh. So because Helen makes these stamps for me, lovely Helen, and she's always been super helpful and really nice. And the amount of stamps we've got over the time has been a lot.
A lot.
So
we have a good collection of stamps.
Up there.
Not like these 3 though.
No.
And we have 3 as well.
And it was one of them things that I used to order, and occasionally Dan would nip to our house, normally on a Thursday. He would get the kids riled up and we'd do some orders and whatnot, and that was all good. So the day comes when I get to knock at the door, and like a really giddy child, I ran to the door. I was like, oh, Dad, you get to open this box, my friend, and passed him these stamps. Now, bear in mind, we'd sold probably 10 things after the first 100. So, like, there wasn't a lot.
No.
And I basically watched Dan's face go from being excited to then trying to manage how not to lose his mind and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Wasting. I don't even want to think how much they were. But they should have been 70 mil.
Yeah.
And they're not. They're not even a version of 70 that I could fit into how it got that fucking wrong.
Because you typed the number into inches instead of millimeters.
Mate. So you imagine stamping a bag. So
you had to make a tray for ink. So
yeah. We had, even the ink to buy the tray was something like it. Well, I can't say because Wadd'll tell me off. But
the best thing about it was your face.
I was devastated.
The best thing about it was your face when I'd opened the box and I lifted one of these out, and I'm like, That quote was a bit high for these.
What are these for, dude?
Yeah.
He's still stamping 4 bags at a time.
Decorating your fucking house with them.
So then Dan took them outside and we had the mannequin boxes on our yard. And the kids, Dan was telling the girls about, was it a time that you were inebriated with something, painting your body as a butterfly?
That doesn't sound like me.
They remember really well exactly what it was.
Photo on my phone.
Yeah, because they were like, Dan said it's okay. And so from then on now,
Yeah.
whenever it's something a bit sketchy, Dan said it's okay.
Okay. Well, okay. So then when this podcast goes live, I'll tweet that photo.
Oh, dude.
And I'll probably tell a story about it next time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were well into it. And I think
I'd
that
eat a
was
cactus.
it was an edited version of the cactus eating
Yeah.
that they were, because Moo's got cactus in her bedroom. And
Yeah, not this kind.
No, not at all. But very quickly then, going on to swing tags, I need to do this quick while it's in my brain.
Oh, do you? And then we've got a list of
We've got
events.
structure. Good.
We've got no structure.
No, not at all.
This has been all arse backwards. You've got a swing tag thing to say.
Yes. So I've been very, very, very proud of our swing tags.
Yeah.
I love our swing tags. It's something, fine detail on garments and shit like that, I love. I don't care where I'm buying from, but I save everything. So boxes, stickers, labels, badges. I know a lot of people, like Ollie, the clown, I gave him a pair of socks once. He literally took the packaging out, scrunched it up, threw it to one side. But was loving the socks.
Yeah.
But I
always
couldn't-
loved them to holes in them.
yeah. But I couldn't get past the fact he just dashed his thing away.
Yeah.
So swing tags can be expensive, and there's a lot of elements to it of waste and landfill and all this horrible shit. So we basically used to buy the cards as an oblong, a circle, then we'd stamp them both. You have to let them dry because it's metallic ink, biodegradable metallic ink. Cool. Then we'd have to cut the string them up, put the pins in, and obviously my kids would help, people would help, and it got to the point this time where we've done this new drop where the amount of time and energy and effort that goes into this little thing that means a lot to me, I kind of felt really backwards because I take a lot of time and care to find biodegradable bags. All the bubble wrap and things that we use is recycled because my best friend from nursery, his office is next door to mine, Lennox IT. If you need anything IT-wise, he's the man. But they get so much equipment with air pockets, packing peanuts, bubble wrap.
You've got a whole room full of it.
I
you can
genuinely
swim backstroke like
I can Scrooge McDuck through that motherfucker. So for me, it's really important. It's not like it's got Hep C on it or anything. It's just clean, all good. Use that again, and I don't want to be wasting stuff.
Yeah.
So got to the point looking at the new drop, and I've got all these cool badges, and I just started thinking, look,
New drop.
new drop. I've not got anything else on other than this.
I'll just casually sit like this. Or you can carry on, and I'll just
turn around, just briefly look at the comics. So what people might have noticed is all the new stuff is still coming bagged and in pre-packing bags, so they're nice for gifts. But we've removed the swing tags.
Gone.
Just because
Streamlined
for
shit.
every mental
waste.
twat like me that wants to save it, you should have one now. If you really want one, let me know. I've still got a few left. But at the same time, you're getting bottom badges.
Yeah.
So my bottom badge game now increased tenfold.
See, this is what happened. Is we figured out how to cut down on swing tags and string and clips and stuff. And Owen's like
Daft waste.
I don't know. I could take that money I was spending on that and make pin badges.
Exactly.
So now how many fucking thousand have we got arriving?
There's 900 landing tomorrow.
So now the room that's got bubble wrap in it, you're going to empty all the bubble wrap out.
One small box.
Oh, just one small box,
Yeah.
is it? You can't fill a room with it. You can't Scrooge McDuck
I'm going to need some... Oh, mate, that's going to come keen.
Could you
if
fill
one
a
pops
bathtub?
open. Yes. We're going to have a Lego bath and a scratchy pin
A
bath.
Lego bath. Yeah. Okay.
But the difference is there's... At the minute, I think I've got 5. So when people are ordering stuff, they're getting a few badges, stickers, same sort of thing. I just didn't want people to start opening stuff and go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So at least...
I always think, where the fuck's the swing tag when I got a t-shirt?
Mate, I would.
Like, what? There's no swing tag.
Well, I was talking to one of our customers, and he was a really cool guy, basically, but used the new website. It was slightly different to the old one. I had a couple of questions, so he messaged me, so I gave him a ring. And he was telling me, because we've taken the sticker packs off as well, very briefly, because I was having to try and remember what I'd sent people. Yeah. And it was just cooking my fucking brain. So we've now got
the game as well, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got some specific sticker packs that you know you're going to get, and you can buy them. But I was talking, and If you remember that? Is it Naparigi? Napaparige?
Mate, I
How
do.
you say it?
I think it's Napa Puri,
Napapuri. Okay.
but I think someone's going to correct us still.
No, but to go back, you gifted me a wonderful jacket, one of the nice big skidoos, and it was ridiculously expensive for a jacket. And it was after we did the first 100, and it was like a welcome to the collective kind of gift and thank you and all the rest of it, is how I read it. But I got this jacket, and because it was so expensive, I was expecting it to turn up, cook me dinner, put the kids to bed, like above and beyond singing and dancing. And it didn't. It was from a really fancy website, not from them specifically, but there was no stickers.
Yeah.
There was nothing for how much it was. What is that noise?
Is that the neighbour?
Yes.
Is it?
It's not like.
It's nice. Yeah. Well, look. If you listen to the Pigs podcast, you already know that the house next door is being renovated, and I appreciate power tools. I don't like. Look. You've got a job to do. Get the job done.
Yeah.
Absolutely crack on. He's not going to be doing it forever. That's fine.
Doesn't need to be left on though.
The fucking music though.
What
My
music
God.
is it?
When he was listening to Smooth FM earlier.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, like I'm like deadlifting. I'm in the fucking zone. I'm thinking about the instructional that I'm working on, and then I'm trying to absorb a Lex Friedman podcast at the same time, and then I'm hearing Cheerio. No, it wasn't that song because I would have opened the window and told him to crank it.
Do you know what would have
it
been
was
worse?
something shit.
It's that advert that goes right now at such and such junction. Right now, this fucking guy. If I could find him,
I don't do radio anymore.
I can't.
I just don't do it.
Someone ruined it for me at Egg, and they said to me, "I don't know. I can listen to radio with adverts." And I had never, ever, ever given it a second thought before. And then, as soon as he turned that on in my brain, so if I've done that to anyone else, I'm really sorry. I cannot listen to radio with adverts.
I can't do radio.
Because I was even talking to Stace. We're driving somewhere the other day, and she always have the radio on. I was like, have you ever been driving and listened and heard like a Tampax advert and thought, best buy some?
Yeah.
Or are you going to get that
just
shit
remind-
anyway?
No, never.
Like, there's no point for that.
What was the one that always had the fucking really awful jingles that was always on like Trent FM in Nottingham? Was it Cold Seal Windows?
Yeah. Any window company. Stay
Like that-
bright, safe style.
Oh, what?
Ilkeston Co-op and Travel.
Oh, yeah, Ilkeston. Gonna fucking get you there. Yeah, I bet they don't. I bet they don't anymore.
No.
I bet they don't anymore.
You only get a third of your money back.
How much road rage did those Cold Seal Windows ads trigger?
All of it.
Because I always wanted to drive into the person in front of me.
All of it.
As soon as there was a new jingle and you know what they were doing. It's like when you're walking around a casino and you're looking at the signs, you're like, I know you're diverting me to the next load of slot machines instead of the exit. Like, it was like that kind of thing. Like, I know you've made this fucking jingle, so it sticks in my subconscious, and as soon as my alarm goes off in the morning, it's the first thing that I'm singing.
Horrible.
Hate it.
Yeah. But that's why when we used to listen to podcasts at work, it would be Joe Rogan and Bill Burr were first. Mm-hmm. But Bill Burr, like Joe Rogan, I can pretty much guarantee the reads are probably 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So I always like to think, like, when I've listened to your two's introduction to this, it reminds me more of the Bill Burr thing because there's a bit of energy in it and it's a bit of like, you can have a bit of a laugh with it. Whereas Bill Burr will just laugh and rip the shit out of all the, like chocolate covered strawberries. Someone was asking him to do that read and mate, the fucking reads he was doing with gold, but you never skipped it.
Yeah.
Because it was interesting. It's part of his life. So there's a way of doing it.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think. But I just don't know who's got a studio now making shit jingles that is like, his calendar is stacked out with shit window companies that want to be an earworm to fuck someone's day up that wants to then commit road rage.
Just waiting for the phone to ring, so Go Compare gives them a call and gives them...
Oh, don't worry, I've got this big idea about some fucking prick with a wavy moustache. And not only have we got that now, we've got the same dude who's laughing at the fact that that's such a shit idea.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know. They're laughing at you.
Yeah.
They're laughing at
it.
you now.
Yeah.
And they're poking fun at you because they're laughing at you, laughing at...
And we remember the name.
The problem with radio, right, because I did some Sirius XM stuff a couple of years back, and the problem is they assume that each listener is going to tune in for about 15 minutes and then tune out. So you have to keep resetting the show every sort of 15 or 20 minutes. You're like, hi, welcome back to the show. And so you end up saying your name like 15 times in a couple of hours. and the same adverts come up. It's like the commentary in it. Like as soon as you see a pop up comment, you know the fucking read before it happens.
Yeah, but when it's DC and
they were
Cruz,
arguing.
I loved it. It wasn't a sweep. Yeah, it was a sweep. That sounded like my kids in the back of the car.
I love it. Yeah, it was.
Dude.
And Anik sitting in the front seat going, just stop it, will you?
Yeah.
Both of you?
Yeah. But it's for Anik, it's not the kids in the back. It's the two cool kids that he wants to be a part of, but he doesn't want to tell them off too bad because he still wants to be number 3 in the three-tier triangle. And he's like, normally he'd swing round and just slap them. Yeah. Whereas he's like, please, lads, I agree with you both, but then looking at one, I'm like, I know. He's like this.
It just kept coming back up though. It was like, it still want a sweep though.
But it wasn't even Bisping.
Still want a sweep, still want a sweep.
But I can't imagine.
It was a sweep, it still want a sweep.
Yeah. How was no one saying, shut the fuck up, lads, shut the Can we not just get a corn nuts? Can we not get like old fucking Goldberg's reads from corn nuts and Mickey's malt liquor or whatever it was that he used to do?
Yeah.
Foot-long sandwiches.
A jiu-jitsu sweep or a wrestling takedown. Virtually identical.
Yeah. And a picture of like Rampage and Randy. Well, mate, even with that,
What do you reckon to DC falling out with Connor? Have you seen that?
I kind of like it.
Connor calling him a mess.
I kind of like it because the problem is, as much as Connor's way off the rails and kind of losing it, I think it's one of them that he's almost, whenever he's not online, he's gaining a bit of his reality back.
Yeah.
But then he's like Frodo with the ring. He exposes himself to it for a second and it does like 10 years worth of damage. But then if he has a couple of days off, he's all right. But I don't understand tweet and delete.
Yeah.
Stand by it. Stand by it.
As soon as it happens, someone, especially if you've got a habit of deleting tweets, someone's got, as soon as it pops up, someone's screenshotted it.
Yeah. Just delete Twitter.
Yeah.
Because
I saw that, what's his name? Gilbert Burns said that he wants his Twitter back because he's going to stop trash talking Leon. Did you see it? Insinuating that Ali was doing all the trash talking from his Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah. You've got to wonder how much of that's going on, though. I mean, the thing is, like, I mean, somebody else has got the login details to McGregor's Twitter.
100%.
And as soon as something pops up, they get a notification on another phone and they go, oh, fucking hell, better delete that. But like someone's acting as his safety net, you know what I mean?
It's got to
be. But then it's only his tweets, really, that make it seem like he's kind of like losing his mind a little bit because like his photos, he's like out for Dee's birthday, and you know he's doing pull-ups in the gym with his
kids,
cast on, and
he's
out for brunch,
recovery on his leg.
He's having a lovely time.
But it is that it's almost that two-faced thing of like,
might be Ali. It might be Ali Abdullah. He's logged in.
That's what I'm saying. He's got his normality, which you can feel that. Oh, we've got Conor back.
Yeah.
But then, like Venom, how many other references I can make, I don't know. But like Venom just pops out a little bit and goes, "Oh, you're a cunt." What?
Yeah.
Did I just call you a cunt? I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Did a big black monster come out my arm and just start chatting shit? But it's.
Have you seen the Lego masks, the Venom masks?
Yes.
They're pretty cool. Aren't
Yeah,
they?
I love them.
Although they're a lot smaller than I thought they would be.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I get this curtain up,
I thought they were going to be a good.
No, they're not. They're not. They're like that.
They're like the Star Wars one.
Yeah, the Star Wars ones are pretty cool though. Still,
Yeah.
So I've done the Boba Fett one, but I have Darth Vader, the Scout, the Stormtrooper, and the TIE Fighter to do.
Okay.
So when I get this backdrop up, we're gonna do a build, aren't we? A time lapse build, a nerd build.
Oh, dude, someone did that. One of our followers did that. Was it Kieran? Whoever it was he got a Star Wars Boba Fett helmet.
Yeah.
For one of his birthdays or Father's Day or something, and he did it. I can't remember who it was. It might not be Kieran, but there'll be one of the lads that'll tag me. They did it, and it was wicked.
Wicked.
But
yeah,
what do you think Conor gains from pointing at DC? Because if DC was drunk,
yeah, I just think it's friction. I think it's friction and aggravation, and you know, he's provoking. He's staying in the media. Like every time you open Instagram, there's something with Conor McGregor on it.
But it's almost too hard. Like back in the day when he'd do it, it was like a sly, discreet little backhand that you're like, I like that. Whereas you know when he was on about COVID with Khabib's dad,
yeah.
It kind of it felt a bit dirty.
It does, but then are we living in an age where that's what people need to do to keep getting that attention? I mean, he can't keep calling people out in the division, especially because he's coming off losses now.
Yeah, to go for DC. I mean, the problem is anyone who's watching DC, like he feels kind of protected. There's certain fighters that I feel when you see that obviously Conor throwing a dolly through a bus window. Like, there's certain people that...
I'd have gotten fired for that, you know.
I think majority would.
I'd have gotten fired for that.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have gotten away with. No, I probably.
What,
wouldn't.
throwing a dolly through the window?
Yeah.
What, pre Herb?
No, I don't think I'd have gotten away with that. Do you?
I don't know many people that would have.
No.
I don't think many people.
I wonder who
would
let
have.
him in the building. I know who let him in the building.
Do you know? Is that in the second book?
I know who let him in the building. I might be in the second book.
Oh no.
It's Tower 7 all over again. Oh my goodness.
Can we call the next book Tower 7? Tower 7. I know. Let him in.
No.
We'll get a few more sales.
Yeah.
But I don't know where he's going with it. It kind of bums me out because he's got quite a lot of potential with being witty.
Yeah.
I've always said he is just banter sense of humour. So I know that a lot of people lose their mind over some of his one-liners.
Yeah. But
a lot of the time it's his off the cuff remarks that are just him that you can take from.
But then, like, there is like banter. Banter can come from two places, and depending on the tone of the banter, you can tell where the person's mindset is who's giving the banter.
Okay.
Like early on, his banter was like, wrestle my balls on your forehead and all that kind of stuff, and it was like he was laughing with it and he was having fun with it, and even when he was getting inside Aldo's head.
Squeezing his shoulders.
Yeah, it was like stealing the belt and like talking about riding into the favelas on his horse and all that kind of shit. It was like poking fun at the whole thing and having a laugh in the process. And then it's kind of soured.
That's the thing.
Right?
That's
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's the same energy to provoke is still there, but now the energy behind it's venomous as opposed to comedic.
It's just a bit dirty. Like there's certain elements that you don't drop into or you don't need to hit because for me, it's like I've got a mate who's a big lad, and if anyone ever calls him a fat prick, you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
Like if you call me a little
too
shit
easy.
or like, yeah, exactly. If it's
Slow hanging.
if it's too easy, you can't do it, and you can't get a laugh. If you take the shot that's the easy shot, you're not going to get any benefit from it because it's an easy shot. You need to. That's why it's nice to watch someone sometimes and they hang themselves because they give you a bit of something that you're like, oh yeah, you're into that.
Yeah.
Like when Ross Edgley was here and he had odd socks on.
Yeah.
Like Ross Edgley.
Yeah, you fucking jumped on him.
Of course I did.
The dude swam around England. It took him 158 days. Nice one on the swim.
Yeah.
Odd socks, mate.
And
What
your
the
odd socks
fuck?
looking. There you go. Because he
lift you up. Well done for swimming around the UK. Odd socks.
But then that's funny to me.
It's like, I've not got odd socks on.
No, I'm cool.
Can't swim around England.
I managed
Can't
to
swim
get
around
dressed
the UK.
myself today. I don't know. I haven't tried.
But I can put odd. I don't have odd socks.
But that for me, that's the type of thing that you look at. You got to find something that's a little bit different, rather than just going, "You're a big cunt."
Yeah.
Because he is. Do you know what I mean? But that's not funny.
Yeah.
Because he's built like a Dorito. It doesn't mean that it makes like comedy listening.
Yeah.
So
It's like well done on that gold medal at long jump. You got sand all over your shoes.
yeah. Oh my god, you got sand in my chips. You're mad. Playing in a sandpit.
Have you been watching any of the Olympics?
I watch bits. Yeah.
I've literally not seen anything.
I've
not seen anything.
I like the tilt at the minute between old daft shit that has been around forever. That is like that's the thing that we recognise and is actually a sport, and then you've got BMX and skateboarding
Stuff that was the kind of stuff that you skived school to do.
Exactly.
It's
But
like, I should have skipped school more.
It's
What the
fucking
fuck?
sick.
We're
Do you
gonna
know
have
what I mean?
esports in here soon. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I should have definitely stuck with GoldenEye.
Mate, imagine if I could have done esports back in the day.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to
What
even
would be
have
your
music
game?
on.
What would be your game if you were entering the Olympics? What would be your game?
Mario Kart on the SNES.
Yeah.
I'd take you on that. Street Fighter 2 original on Mega Drive or SNES or arcade. I was untouchable on that. Not so much Mortal Kombat, but Street Fighter. I tried that locked.
See, I think Mortal Kombat might have been mine.
Yeah.
like the flat 2D one as well.
Yeah.
I don't need to be moving around them.
Mortal Kombat 1 or 2. Reptile came in at 3, I think.
Yeah. No, I was Liu Kang. That was my guy.
Liu Kang.
Wins.
Babality.
Yeah.
When he goes flying across the
Yeah,
street.
the cycle kick.
Amazing.
I did like, was he called Baraka? He had like he was like a hunch and he had like a rock to him. He was like,
Is that the one with the hat on?
yeah, no,
And through
bought like
with
a
the
bald
blade?
head and like blades or something. He was a bit
Oh
of
yeah,
like
he was a bit of a like ghoul.
a bit of an experiment, wasn't
yeah,
it?
like a long face,
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
ghoulish
yeah.
face.
Yeah.
It's weird how you can remember names and shit like that. I can list you the whole catalogue of Street Fighter names, where they're from, plus when you went into Turbo, and then when you got the new one. Mate, my brain is full of daft shit
Full of shit.
that I just don't need
It's
to
like
remember.
it's like a 1990s storage.
Yeah.
It's like information.
Mate,
If they ever do a 1990 Stories Wars, your brain's getting fucking raided.
Yeah, mate, I'd love that.
Should we have a look at these?
Yeah, go on. What
How long have we been going here? Mystery.
10 minutes.
Is it an hour? Yeah.
We haven't been an hour. Really?
Yeah, no.
Talking about swing tags?
Okay.
I fucking love this, aren't they?
Okay. I only put it out an hour ago. I only put it out when we started recording. I could have just checked that, couldn't I? We've been recording an hour. So we've had 24 replies. Probably won't read all of them, but I'll read a few out, and you can keep a couple in mind. And so anyway, someone's gone proper deep. WEC 48.
Aldo and Faber.
Aldo and Faber, yeah. Fucking hell, he's Vault Brain.
I'll take that all day.
Pickett and Mighty Mouse. Benson and Cowboy. That was a fucking good event, that was.
was.
Gambieri and Brown.
Was it Benson Cowboy 2?
I don't know.
Because Benson Cowboy 1 was Fight of the Year before, because the second one was really quick because he got caught in a guillotine.
I don't know.
And that's before Cowboy then won one back in
I have my laptop
UFC.
here. When we settle on an event,
Sorry,
I'll pull it up.
Yeah,
No, you're all
I'm too
good. You're all
excited
good.
because it's blue gloves.
I was just getting a bit. I will give him a shout out. That was Chris Ganach. One thing I will say though is he didn't write Pettis. He wrote Petits. So
Petits?
I mean, it was a good suggestion, but Petits.
I've got a good story about Petit, and I will tell you afterwards.
Will you really?
I will.
Well done for swimming around the UK, Ross Edgley.
Yeah.
Odd socks.
What a pair of socks.
Orlovsky Fedor. Was that was
Affliction
Affliction, of course
2.
it was. I don't know, there were more than that, were there?
First one was Tim Sylvia and
Fast and
Fader.
Furious had more success than...
mate. Fucking Triple X had more success. Josh Barnett.
I didn't mind that,
Yeah, but if they'd have made 37 like they did with James
Well, that's
Bond,
it. That's it. You've got to know when to cut out. You
Yeah.
can't keep rinsing this story over and over again.
Like James Bond.
Ultimate Fighter finale, Bonner Griffin. I should start keeping a list of these because, it was the finale when they bang shit out of each other. UFC 75, champ versus champ was a good one. 205.
Rampage and Dan Anderson, that
That
was in London. I've got the t-shirt.
75 was?
Yeah.
85 was London as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pride Middleweight Grand Prix, we could talk about that all day. UFC 105, good pick. James Morgan, that Dare dropping Markham was another good one.
Oh, that was a not. Yeah.
Pride Final Conflict 2005. I have that poster and Pride 33, which Gary Hope suggested, which is in there. UFC 1's a good shout. UFC 100, we touched on that, didn't we?
It was disappointing a bit.
A little bit. It was built up to be something. Then they did the
Bisping
mustard
got
canvas.
Yeah, that was 200.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, UFC 100 was that
Bisping getting spanned, and was it Alves Hughes?
Was it
No, Alves.
Was the main event not Randy and?
It was Bisping and.
Oh, for fuck's sake, brain!
It was it Randy against Gonzaga? Because I don't think it was Randy. No, it wasn't Randy Gonzaga.
Was Brock not on 100?
Well, against Mir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank Mir, Brock 2.
Brock, if you were making a He-Man movie and you needed someone for Ram Man, Brock Lesnar's your guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
You remember Ram Man?
Yeah,
the one
the
that
one
had the little
the worst figure you could buy.
Or if you were looking for if you were making a Second World War movie and you needed like an experimental Aryan soldier.
Yes.
Brock's your guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the top of his head is actually flat.
It's
I think
definitely
he
flat.
grew to a point and hit the ceiling and just top of his head's flat now.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
How the fuck is
Grew him
he
in a
that
box.
big? He's like
'Cause
when
he
they
eats
grow
moose.
square watermelons.
Because he eats moose.
Is he still with Sable?
Who?
She was a wrestler.
Oh, was
His
she one
wife.
of the... I don't know.
She's like the original. She's the original lady wrestler, wasn't she?
Okay.
think it was
UFC, what's going on here? UFC 100,
Go on.
main card. The main event was John Fitch, Paolo Thiago. Oh, no, this is in the wrong order. That's his main event, John Fitch, Paolo Thiago.
Definitely not.
Not at all. Brock Lesnar, Frank Mir.
Yeah.
Welterweight title bout, GSP, Thiago Alves. Was a
that's
fucking
it. Sorry, Isaac
great
Hughes.
bout.
Yeah, good fight.
Yeah.
And then Bisping against Henderson.
Was it?
Sure it was. I'm sure that's where Bisping got bingoed.
It was, yeah.
Because they had a coin set. You could get coins of all the fighters leading up to
Bisping
one.
never stopped spinning.
No, he's still going. Dan Henderson just comes past and jumps on it. I'll make a logo out of that.
Yeah. So Akiyama, Alan Belcher opened the card.
Yes.
John Fitch, Paolo Thiago, Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping. I was sitting next to Bisping's dad here over the beach at the Mandalay Bay.
Oh, really?
We had like a VIP viewing party because they had a big screen up over the water at Mandalay Bay. And when Bisping went down, the whole fucking beach went up, drinks and everything.
And you and him sat there.
And his dad just sat.
Mate, the trouble was, Bisping, he wasn't looking too bad.
Fucking Mark Coleman was the last fight on the prelims.
Wait, Mark Coleman.
Go on.
Was against Forrest.
Oh, no, almost. No. Oh, hold it.
The
Hold
same
it.
guy.
Wait.
Go on.
Hold it.
I know it is.
Go on.
Is it the guy
You don't know who it is, or you said it already?
Mark
you said
Coleman.
Forrest, and that's wrong.
I said Forrest.
You said Forrest.
Because they both.
Wrong.
He came out looking like a lobster, didn't he? He came out
He did.
bright pink. And Forrest was like, if I touch you, I'm going to die.
Like he'd been holding his breath for 10 minutes.
I know who it is.
You don't.
I do.
You don't, otherwise you'd have said it.
It's not Brandon Vera.
No, it's not. And when I say it, you're going to be really annoyed with yourself.
I am going to be really annoyed.
Especially because you said Forrest first.
Yeah. Stefan.
Yeah. Stefan Bonner.
That's
But
my
you're not
fuck
going to
up.
believe who the fight before that was.
Didn't Coleman win that?
Hang on. Yes, he did. He won by decision. He won by decision. Yeah.
Hits him with his trophy.
Okay, it's a fucking mad card if you think back at it. So, Shannon Gugarty, Matt Grice first fight on the card. Tom Lawler, CB Dollaway was up next. Don Young
Filthy Tom
Kim,
Lawler.
Filthy Tom Lawler.
His walkouts were better than his
Filthy.
fights.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah.
Don Young Kim, TJ Grant, Jim Millard, Mac Danzig.
That's a good fight.
Right now, there's one other fight before we get to the last fight on the prelims, which was Mark Coleman, Stefan Bonner. It's the only fight we've not mentioned on the card.
Okay.
It was a soon-to-be champion who was on his way up through the division.
John Jones versus...
Go on. There's no
It's got to be
There's
Bader.
no way you're... No. There's
No, Matt
there's
Ham-
no
it
way
can't
you're
be
getting
Matt
this.
Hamill.
I didn't even remember this motherfucker's name.
1 minute then. 1 minute. How did he win?
He modified guillotine. It's also not a cheater, of course.
No. So John
How
Jones...
many fights did this guy have in the UFC?
John Jones, because everyone who fought Bader then got a title shot, if you remember. And that's when John Jones beat Bader to get the title shot against Shogun to win and become the youngest champ, yeah? So before that, he'd already fought... Oh, man. Pre-champ.
I'm going to see whereabouts in his UFC career it was, because it was really early.
I'm about to say that is early because he's essentially been champ because it was Matt Hamill, Ryan Bader, that's 2.
Yeah, no, it was his third fight in the organisation before his DQ loss to Matt Hamill.
Okay.
No chance of getting this.
White guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm more conscious about the time that's ticking away that I'm not, that it's going to twist my brain. Go on.
Jake O'Brien. Right?
No.
I think it's the only person on his record I don't recognise the name of. Weird. Anyway.
But big card.
Yeah, massive card. Pride 28, Pride 26. That is what I like to see. Well done, Liam O'Brien. Oh, he's an O'Brien as well. There's something weird going on.
Maybe it's
here,
him.
right?
Maybe it's his mate.
Hope not. Liam O'Brien, Pride 26, Bad to the Bone. I have got this poster in there as well. All the best ones are coming out. Was absolutely stacked in retrospect. Would love to hear your takes on a few of these guys. Okay.
I'll have to watch. I've got to rewatch more Pride.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't as accessible to me. Lee Burkett used to bring DVDs in, and he would often bring in. He was the one flying the Pride flag before it was popular. So he was all about Pride.
Different kind of Pride.
Yeah, slightly
different kind of Pride.
He's aggressive, slightly different. So
let's just pause there. I'm just going to quick run out and then be back.
You get what you need to get.
Yeah.
What was your first event that you watched?
Yeah, mister, you can sit.
Jump in.
Don't play with the Legos though.
No. The water is fine. What are you saying? So what's your era? What was your era that you dropped into MMA?
To be honest, around McGregor Mendes.
Oh, okay. So back end of Brock, far, and then early into Conor about to destroy Aldo and take over the world.
Yeah, the first UFC I ever went to was 204.
Okay.
Hendo Bisping 2.
Wow. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Who are you going in for? Bisping?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was great. There was some real good fights on that card. Can't remember who the co-main was now.
Where was it based?
Manchester.
I went to 70 was Manchester, was Bisping against Elvis Sinisic.
The weird thing about that event was it was on American time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you'd
I
turn
remember
up at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
in the middle of Manchester when
Cold and
everyone's
dark.
shutting down.
Yeah. It feels weird, right?
Yeah, it was really weird.
So when you jumped in and you got a Conor baptism, were you straight on the Conor train?
Yeah, I guess I was.
Did
yeah.
you understand or appreciate who Aldo was before he did the unthinkable?
Not initially, no, but I learnt it before they fought.
Okay.
For sure, yeah.
That build-up was amazing,
yeah,
wasn't it? Just the
it
amount
was.
of content you had.
I went back and watched all the Aldo stuff.
It's wicked, right?
Yeah.
But did you watch Aldo this weekend?
Yeah. Looked really good, didn't
Mate.
he? He's throwing leg kicks again.
You know when you saw him, someone said you at WEC, it was Aldo against Faber.
When he battered his leg.
Faber got carried back to the stall after, I think, round 3. And Aldo was relentless.
Yeah.
But I think when you consider how old he is now, he's been going for far too long already. I think that's why he looks exhausted.
Yeah.
But he performed amazing.
It catches me out as well because I expect Aldo to be about 42.
Yeah,
And
he's
super young.
He's way younger. He's younger than me. But how fast he looked on Saturday, mate, he looked unstoppable.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see that Conor rematch now because there's enough of Aldo's done more than enough to justify it. But then you've got someone like Conor who's basically looking for a dance partner.
They've been giving each other a few Twitter kisses as well, haven't they?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm always...
Weight classes though now. Which one would you do? Meet back at 45?
Car park. Fuck them. Don't care. I don't care. I just want to see that fight. It's like DC against Conor. I'd watch it.
I think they're too far apart now,
Do you think?
like weight-wise.
Well, what if Conor had to go to Aldo's weight?
I don't think I think he'd struggle now getting to 145.
Yeah, he could cut off his gammy leg though.
Yeah.
He could do that.
Cut
yeah.
off his ego. How heavy is that? Weighty. Triple C.
I don't know if I'd be that interested in seeing Aldo McGregor too.
I was always more curious to think what would happen if it went a bit longer.
I was as well.
Like
but
you-
at that time,
Oh, at that time, phenomenal. Like, as much as I have...
now it would feel like going to watch Rage Against the Machine
yeah,
in concert.
watching off a song.
A few of the band members have left. And
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like.
Don't start shit talking Rage Against the Machine.
Nah, I'm not.
Nah.
But I went to go see them at Download and it obviously wasn't the same.
It was not there then.
Do you know what? I don't know who was not there. Zach was there, which was the drummer. You know
Oh, with the
one-
tattoo?
Yeah,
That's a
the
mad tattoo, that, isn't it?
That was the first time I ever saw
Like black work, proper.
Ain't it just
like,
black work?
Yeah, he's got like 2 symbols there, hasn't
Aren't
he?
they
And then the
Borneo
rest of it-
roses?
I think so. Yeah.
Don't know. Well,
Look
see.
at this one, eh?
Flexing.
So,
we were just talking about Aldo.
mate, he looked good.
Dynamite.
He looked
He
good,
still
but I do
reminds
agree
me-
with what you said. He does look a lot older than he is.
He looks like the Pringles man.
He does look like the Pringles man.
Which is kind of terrifying because I think you then automatically associate the Pringles man being the same age as the Monopoly man, which means his granddad...
He's a dickhead, the Monopoly man.
Do you think?
Yeah, of course
Are you
he
going
is.
off like
No,
Ace
that's who he
Ventura?
is, isn't he? That's his whole thing.
Ace Ventura.
He's.
Do not pass go.
I actually plan on. I've had it on my tattoo list for a long time to get the Monopoly man on the back of my leg.
Really?
So I've got the Scar man on the other, you see.
Yeah.
And the Scar man's doing the dance, but he's moving in that direction. So I was gonna have the Monopoly man on the other ankle chasing him. So it looks like that.
for some wedge.
Yeah, and then maybe on this side I could have Madness doing the whole fucking 7 in a row.
Just all the way up your leg.
Receive the lead. Oh, fucking listening to Madness the other day, mate. Brilliant. Just what a band.
I think I love Spotify or whichever streamer because it gives me a wicked playlist.
Yeah.
Like my playlist is something like, I think it's a week long, but I had the one that you suggested. I think it was 10-foot ganja plant. I was walking through.
I don't sound like something I'd recommend. It sounds like
Definitely.
Contraband.
No, that's the name of the
There's a bit
band.
smoky in here, isn't it?
It's nice, eh? It's got that aura. It's just for the space. It's for the chocolate space. But I was listening to that, and it's just the amount of times like Mystery will say something, or like when we're having our tattoos done, or whatever. Like you've got these different bits you can drop into, and like the amount of times I'm driving and a random song comes on.
Yeah.
That every time I watch a film, it's like, hey, her that shall not be named. who's singing this? And then your phone will answer without you having to do anything. You imagine, remember back in the day trying to remember a song before Google or before Shazam?
Mate, it would though this is where the internet's kind of spoiled things, because people would get into really heated debates and arguments about things that they were absolutely fucking sure of.
Adamant.
Adamant. Who sung Stand and Deliver? Cockney Rejects. No, it wasn't. It was Cockney Rejects. I'm telling you, it was Cockney Rejects. Mate, it wasn't Cockney Rejects.
Let me get an encyclopedia.
He was adamant. Yeah, no, it's just kind of nullified that now. People don't get into debates. They go, no, hang on a minute. Yeah, no, you're wrong. You're like, oh.
Cheers, dude. But I love that because I need to know because it hurts my brain. It's the same as movie stars and stuff. You know, before IMDb, you can't. You know, when like you'll see someone and go, "What's she been in?" You just got a list. You just fly through. And you're like, "Oh yeah, Brookside. Yeah, I remember her."
So we'll see if you remember this. Then you'll remember a bunch of these. Funnily enough, Mark Coleman's also on this card.
Okay.
So this was Liam O'Brien's suggestion. Pride 26, Bad to the Bone.
I struggle with Pride. Go on.
Okay.
Hit me with them.
Well, tell me your everlasting memory of these fighters. Well, the first two fights on the card were, you probably won't remember. Do you remember Daiju Takase?
No.
Got a win over Anderson Silva by triangle choke on this card.
I remember seeing that because researching backwards to find out who had beat Anderson Silva.
Yeah, and you saw the Rio Chonan, the flying ankle lock as well.
Wasn't he the Piranha?
He was. He's a scary looking dude. He is. He's got like that kind of death stare, just looks straight through you. Yeah. But does also look like a piranha.
Yeah.
Alistair Overeem was in this one, but Nick Bensick, I can't remember.
Was that Slim Overeem?
I think it might have been. Yeah, that was it. Oh, it was knee to the body and punches. Yeah. But higher up on the card, so the top three fights: Mark Coleman versus Don Fry.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mirko Krokop, Heath Herring.
Yeah.
And that was a kick to the body. He folded him into the corner.
Yeah.
And then Fedor against Kazuyuki Fujita. And Fujita had him dancing, do you remember? And then Bas Rutten said he's doing the fish tank dance in the fucking commentary.
Fish tank
dance? Like everybody I watched that with, they were like, what's a fish tank? Yeah. Honestly, it's
that should be a thing.
A fish tank dance.
From now
on.
Should. Yeah.
It should. Okay, let me find
I do remember though, because Mark Coleman's everlasting memory for me in Pride is him falling over the ropes when he was celebrating.
Mate,
when he jumped,
like he went fucking mental, didn't he?
It was
went
a full
mad.
fail army.
He went mad. But then his Mark Coleman's fight against Krokop was one of the most brutal performances of takedown offense I've ever seen. Like Krokop it was like you couldn't touch him.
Yeah.
You just couldn't touch him. So here's one for you, because I don't remember this card personally.
Is it America versus Canada on the army base?
It might be. No, I don't think so. It was a numbered event. So it was UFC 129 MMA Commander MMA has suggested.
Okay.
And the main event was...
129.
Oh,
fuck. Whoa. 129. Wait.
I do remember this one. I was there.
129, isn't that around the era of Sun and Silver?
It was cold as fuck outside. I remember that because it was in Canada.
Okay. So it's the GSP stadium, batshit crazy.
Massive.
Yeah.
50,000 people. It was like the rows at the top looked like they were over you.
Against Jake Shields.
Jake Shields. And
who
Jose
just lost his
Aldo's
dad.
On the,
just lost his dad.
Really?
Like the couple of days before that fight.
Not a good week for him.
No, because his dad used to go to wasn't he his corner man as well?
Oh yeah.
And his coach. I'm sure it was a tight thing because Jake Shields came from Strikeforce and being...
What's going on with this then, GSP? Because I lost my granddad a couple of weeks before the fight. Is this are we uncovering a conspiracy here?
I ain't seen it. Well, I've lost both my granddads, so GSP can do fuck all. Unless I'll be like, listen, Nana Dot, just ease off.
We need to check everybody else that GSP's fought and check their family status.
Just perhaps lose your grandparent beforehand.
Right? Someone important to your martial arts journey.
Just before a title fight. That's kind of creepy.
Changes the whole perspective of George St. Pierre, doesn't it?
We'll take that statue down. Mind you, we'll be happy with that. You don't like it, does
They
it?
just changed the nameplaque to Barack Obama.
It looks put a suit on him.
It looks just like Obama.
Dude,
it's really
it
odd.
don't look like GSP.
No, it doesn't.
Me.
Okay. This was a wicked card. So you remember the main event. So GSP versus Jake Shields was the main event. That was a 5-round decision.
Yes.
The co-main event was a 5-round decision. Jose Aldo, Mark Hominick.
with the
the fucking alien growing on his forehead.
Hominick nearly had it done.
It was
in the fourth. At the beginning of the fourth, he looked like he was going to kill him.
He had a really good round 5 as well, but
Yeah.
I think that's kind of because Aldo took it off and just laid on his back with Hominick in his guard.
Aldo was
Have you
tight.
seen the swelling from that mystery? Yeah. Fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was like Joanna's against Zhang Wei Li.
Yeah.
Like proper Klingon.
Yeah, but if you remember, because then Hominick got this massive following from that, because he came from WEC, climbed the ranks,
He got this
got
massive...
massive hematoma, but then he came out and fought, was it the Korean Zombie or something, and got finished in like 11
4
seconds.
Yeah, it was super fast, wasn't it?
After going 5 rounds with Aldo, you think,
I know.
he's going to kill him.
Yeah.
No, that was the end of Hominick.
It's the curse of going 5 rounds with a champ. I think
He
you
still
get fucking
coaches though,
bingoed
doesn't he?
in your next one.
Yeah. So, who's your grandparent?
I know,
Go
right?
5
What's
rounds of the
going on
fight,
here?
Then get bingoed. All right.
There's a pattern.
There is definitely a
pattern.
pattern. It's a GSP pattern.
Next fight down, Lyoto Machida
Okay.
and Randy Couture's retirement fight.
Oh, yeah, that was teeth into the,
Remember
to
that?
the top row.
Fucking his retirement fight needs dental work.
Awful. And the kick
it
was a
minute
Karate
5?
Kid kick
Yeah.
on the end of the pier. He
It
kicked
was.
that tooth into like, I don't know.
Crane kick. But that was after Anderson had done it to Vitor, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like
Well-
he beat him to it.
Yeah, because Lyoto almost took off. He did like a full crane kick where Anderson was like a bit more snipey, like it struck like a cobra.
Yeah, Anderson just stung him right on the jaw, didn't he? Whereas this was like a snap front kick.
How did you feel about that, Vitor Anderson? I
Oh,
was
I loved
devo
it.
because I wanted
loved
more fight. There wasn't.
Yeah.
There was a lot of feeling out, and then
Same as Aldo McGregor. I wanted to see more of it. However,
you've got to be impressed.
it was
Yeah,
amazing.
true.
So the next two down, Vladimir Matyushenko against Jason Brills.
The janitor.
You remember the janitor, right?
Don't fuck around with the janitor.
And then Mark Bocek. You remember Bocek?
Yeah, the barbarian.
Yes, it was. He looked like Riley from the gym. He was proper.
If Riley had eaten
ginger.
15 Rileys.
He was like so he was
'Cause he
so
was-
white he was blue.
Wasn't he? It was Bocek. He had a couple of
Do you
surprising
remember who he
wins.
fought?
Not Yushin Okami.
No.
That was later on, right? Or was it Heath? What's his name?
Toothpick.
Toothpick is Benson Henderson.
Toothpick is Benson Henderson. Benderson Henderson.
I like Benson Henderson.
Yeah.
I like the wings he's got on his back.
Mate, how about this one? The preliminary card. Well, Jake Ellenberger against Sean Pearson, but Nate Diaz against Roy McDonald.
Yeah.
3-round decision for
Mate.
Rory. And then the early prelims who were on this.
Rory just played with him. If you remember, he suplexed Nate, I think 3 times.
Fucking Ivan Menjivar.
Yeah. Little dude, right?
Like, yeah, but he was like a Canadian version of Paul Jenkins.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, fought everybody, any weight class.
Came out swinging.
Yeah, he was a bantamweight, but he was fighting up at light, kind of like Spencer Fisher a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you know, BJ Penn, when he bounced off for a little bit, he went and fought Lyoto, didn't he? Do you remember when BJ had like weird contract issues?
Yeah.
In between beating Matt Hughes.
Yeah, was it like a light heavyweight bout
He
against Machida?
fought Machida at light
in a
heavyweight.
ring.
What are you doing?
I think it was.
What are you doing?
Weird.
There was a lot of that, though. There was a lot of that weird, like...
A bit more chaotic, though, back in the day, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Can you remember the events before and after this one?
Can I remember the events before Canada and after
Before and
Canada?
after this one?
Yeah, well, I'll be able to tell you what happened.
129. 28 was Shogun Jones.
Well, that's yeah, you're going to forget that quick if you're
And,
Shogun.
yeah, exactly. And UFC 130 was Rampage v Hamill.
Yeah, that was ugly, wasn't it?
It was. There was some good fights on these cards though. Like 128, Jones Shogun, Faber Wineland.
Mate, Faber Wineland was a good... See, look, honestly, airplane. There's an airplane.
Are you in Airplane Mystery? Oh fuck! I've got to take the blame for it then.
But what was the era? What year was it when it was Brock Lesnar versus what's his name? Oh, big hands.
Shane Carwin.
Shane Carwin. Because there was that week. There was Shane Carwin, Brock Lesnar, which was an incredible fight, and it was also a week
Shane Carwin
after.
almost had him out of there.
He
didn't
did. He just got really tired. It was
Yeah, because he thought the referee was going to stop it, so he
probably
kept
should have.
punching him.
He probably should have.
Like punched him constantly for about 3 minutes, and
Mate,
the
it was
referee didn't stop
the
it.
size of his
Ended
hands.
the round, and he was gassed to fucking second.
Because didn't Brock get a sub? He got a sub win on that one. He had an arm triangle in.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Because then it was Son and Silver.
Because he was already gassed.
Yeah.
So that was UFC 116.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, mate, I was there as well.
Yeah. I'm sure you're in a Ben Sherman. I think you stood up.
Fucking was.
Yeah.
116. Yeah.
Clean-shaven.
No. Oh, shit. No, I think that was before that. Because I'd just fought at UFC 105 and I'd flown over to be at 106.
Okay.
That was the... Because Koscheck fought Rumble Johnson,
That's
didn't he?
it, yeah.
No, this 116, I was here. I remember this specifically because of the Chris Lieben Akiyama walkout. Because it was like Chris Lieben came out to Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it was bouncing. It was like Roller Coaster of Love or something like that, and the whole fucking arena was going, and the lights and everything.
He had some energy. He had some.
Oh,
good,
mate,
he
didn't.
Some good energy,
he was awesome to watch. Chris Lieben was. Then Akiyama walked out, and the whole arena went black. Like completely pitched, and all these phones come out, and then all of a sudden there's like this blue swish going around. You can see his eyes on that like strip around, and then the Andrea Bocelli starts to play, and there's just a spotlight on the entrance, and he's standing there holding hands with his cornerman with tears in his eyes, like he was being taken out to be executed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But
like honourable execution.
But they put so much effort in. There was a lot more of undercard people getting a bit more of that love. I remember when Diego came out with like a whole mariachi band.
Yeah, but not. Yeah, oh yeah, of course he did.
Was fucking cool.
Not as bad as when Chuck walked out to fight Randy though, and they had the whole entrance. Like Randy just walked out with the big stars and stripes on the screen behind him. Just walked out, nice and quiet, living it something, walked out.
Randy walked out to Thunderstruck or Kravitz. Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, yeah, I think it was that because it was the American flag in the background, and then all of a sudden there was this big build up for Chuck Liddell to walk out because he was, he was the name, he was the replacement of Tito. When Tito's popularity waned, and they did this like the Tap Out crew did it, and it was Mask on the video, and they had all these screens, and like Mask kept going from one screen to the next, and there was like ice and snow
like an Alton
and shit.
Towers shitty video when you walk.
It was
Dare you ride the Nemesis?
It was exactly like that. It was like, who was this? The Iceman.
I remember.
You remember? It was like, and then he fucking walked out, and there was this whole thing, and like steam and smoke and shit, and fireworks and whatever, and Randy just big brothered him for the whole fight.
Literally holding a spit over him, sucking it back up.
It was.
Randy, get off.
Yeah. Oh, it was bad, that was. Right. This was a good card as well, This was a really good card. So Carwin Lesnar, Lieben Akiyama, Chris Lytle, Matt Brown. Fucking hell, what a war.
Isn't Faber on that as well?
No, he's not on this one. Krzysztof Sosnowski against...
Krzysztof Sosnowski. Season 2. He went into acting. He does a lot of acting now.
He does.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he always plays the same kind of character.
A bit like Tate.
A bit typecast.
Have you seen Tate?
Yeah.
He always got Star
always
Wars.
Plays a pirate. He's always a pirate and an outlaw or someone that lives in the desert or in the jungle. Grufty bad guy.
Yeah. White, grufty bad dude.
There we go.
Tate,
he's a good dude, Tate.
Yeah, he's been in Jumanji and all sorts.
Yeah.
He's done good.
So Christoph fought Stephan Bonner.
Yes, and beat him.
Yep. George Snuffleupagus fought Kurt Pellegrino.
Oh, yeah.
That Batman. Was good. Batman. Preliminary card. Let's have a look at this. Brendan Schaub against Chris Teixeira.
That was off the back of season 10.
Let me see if there's anybody else. Oh, Kendall Grove was on this one.
Season 3.
Fucking David Branch. Forrest Pretz was on this one.
Was that Branch's first run? Would have been, right?
Yeah, he was 22-6 at the time, I think. He lost, though, to Gerald Harris.
Well, he lost a couple because then he came back after doing, was it World of Fighting or whatever it was. He got a belt.
World of Fighting.
It's like the rip-off to Street Fighter. You remember when someone had a Neo Geo and they're like, have you played Monsters vs. Tigers? And you're like, this is dickhead. It's not fucking Street Fighter.
Right.
So which ones... Is that? Did you go through them all?
I reckon we could cap it. I reckon we should stop there because I reckon next time around people will get it and we'll have loads more thingies. If you're going to send us a screenshot like that.
Is that what they're doing?
Save me trying to look it up on here.
Who specifically did that?
Well, we've had a couple. Seminoles.
Thank you, Seminoles.
There's a lot of Mark Coleman's coming up on here.
Are they just digging out Mark Coleman's?
He fought a lot. You know what I mean? Liam O'Brien, he sent a screenshot as well, so nice one for that.
Thank you, Liam.
Yeah, there's a few. We'll have a good chat about these next time.
What's your everlasting memory of Coleman in the UFC? If the Pride one is him going,
you know what it is. It's not a good one either.
Is he taking a shoe to the mouth?
It's him taking a shoe to the face,
mate.
Which still looks kind of odd to me. I'm like if you choose to wear shoes, you can't kick people in the head.
Of course not.
Right?
What the fuck?
Because if you could wear shoes and you can also kick people in the head, why would you not wear shoes?
Yeah, but it wasn't even the kick.
It was the dice.
It was the cartoon.
It was. Yeah, for sure.
Because they were both, wasn't it extra time or some random shit? It was exhausted last round.
Mate.
Just caught that to the mouth, just like.
And Mark Coleman as well. He was like, I mean, he looked like a fucking
steroid.
Well. Yeah.
No disrespect.
He looked like a pro wrestler. He was built like a WWE wrestler.
But the camps at that time there was so much in the animosity of like you couldn't lose.
Well, they were all kind of built the same, weren't they? Yeah, it Hammer House? It was Mark Coleman.
Randleman.
Randleman was awesome. He was a fucking monster as well. Rest his soul.
Just destroyers.
Fucking Phil Baroni, who's constantly chirping still.
Well, the New York Badass, listen, we can live off memories, but I can't be watching him mowing the lawn and fucking chirping at everyone. Come on now.
Mate, he should train and corner Mike Perry, because they are basically the same person.
They'd make a wicked tag team,
right?
Wouldn't they?
Oh, they would, wouldn't they? Like the Rockers.
They'd be good to have in the rough out. We'd bring them down. I don't know if you'd be able to have I don't know if you get insurance for both of them in one room at one
chance.
time.
No chance.
We'd have to not tell Wad, but that would be interesting. You know, to have a Phil Brony, an invasion of Phil Brony and Matt Perry and Mike Perry.
Mike Perry would get blasted around the room by Jimmy Warhead, though. Mate, I know you've not seen it yet. The Roughhouse episode that comes out tonight.
It's a new one. Oh man, we're watching.
It's vicious. The extended one's out on Patreon already, isn't it? Check out the Patreon if you want some more coaching and stuff information, because the longer episodes there's a lot more good information in there. The 10-minute, there's a lot of brutality in this evening's episode.
Okay.
Jimmy was fucking on one.
Well, I loved, and I said to you, I know you weren't here, but I hope you can relate to this, because I'd watched the episode where you were basically taking no shit. But it was when you came in. So Jimmy, the episode had been on a few minutes. There was some Super Mario music playing. Ollie had a bit of a win, so was on a bit of a high and sat in the corner. And he's talking to the camera. Jimmy's he's been assertive, but he's not been an arsehole. And because then you came in and you weren't happy, and it's the way that you kicked off, which is normal, that's fine. It's like your prerogative. So I go, I'm not having this, it's not okay. And then Jimmy almost looked at the camera, and it was like a mum and a dad, that the dad's gone really hard. And then the mum is trying to back him up, but she's like, yeah, all right, so we'll just get your room tidy, shall we? It's not like she's going, yeah, fucking, otherwise you're grounded. So, like, the way that I flashed the camera, I was like, oh, he didn't expect. Jimmy was seconds away from getting involved in that conversation with Ollie and being part of the problem. Realised he'd missed it by about a second, and then turned to look at you. He was like, that's right, we'll tell him. Okay, brilliant, absolutely. But you've seen that, Dan, before, that I'm fucking mad, Dan. I tell you what.
What was hilarious is that last episode where Ollie landed that body shot.
Mate,
Sam's a fucking really good Thai boxer, and he'd had a good few rounds. And Jimmy shouting over that, he's like, 1 free grenade bar. And then it's like right as they're exchanging and Ollie goes to land the shot, you can hear Jimmy in the background. He's like, go on, Ollie, get yourself a grenade bar. It's like, it's this fucking like this.
Like it's this golden thing.
Yeah.
Do I like these? It's not the point of liking it. It says it's birthday cake.
The birthday cake one's like purple and blue and pink.
Honestly, yeah, it makes you fucking unicorn shit. But the thing was, it's watching that and seeing Ollie land it and look at the camera, and you just know that all the stars align.
Yeah.
But Jimmy's still got that one over him, just chucking in a 10 or whatever it is. And it's all from love. But that to me is that banter that is so synonymous with that sort of environment. Yeah. And I think that honestly, that gives you that little bit of armor.
Yeah.
Because then no one can ever really say anything to you. Because the closest people who know you better than anyone, no one will ever say well done.
Yeah.
Ever. Like my mate David, me and him, every week we play Monopoly Deal. And for whatever reason, it's a card game on PlayStation, so it's random. But no shit, he gets the best cards 80% of the time. So when I do win, he's always like, oh, well, it's just a fucking fluke, so you can go fuck yourself. And the other week, he sat down with me, and I'd had a bit of a tough week, and he is a counsellor by trade. So when me and him are having a cheeky smoke, I'll often like just reel off some shit to him.
He's playing in the door, I think.
He's definitely playing in the door.
Yeah.
So he came over and he said, listen, I don't want you to think that. I really thought you're a prick. You'd done well. And I was like, what are you trying to do? And he's like, I'm just saying, that game, you won. It was really impressive. I was like, no, whoa. Fuck off. Don't even fucking come to me with that. I'm going to get you next. I didn't beat him again. But it's more the point of, it feels more alien when someone's sincere because you are sincere through being a prick.
Yeah.
And that to me, you always have to be a prick. Like my sister-in-law, I've always taken the piss out of her because she's got a bit of the smallest speech impediment. Occasionally. On certain words, right? But literally, no matter what I say to her, I will rip the piss through her but she knows if I stop doing that, she's more
uncomfortable.
Yeah, more uncomfortable. I'm like, why aren't you taking the piss out of me anymore? Why? You can tell something's wrong. So it is a weird one, but there's a lot of comfort in that, and I think anyone tuning into the Roughhouse thing at the minute, it feels like home. It feels like a mini series. It's been around forever. Doesn't matter if you're picking up episode 1 or episode 10. You can pick your favourites out immediately. And even when Jimmy was explaining a drill and he was getting kind of frustrated because this is fundamentals, it's one of them where there was still that element of like, what the fuck, something's going to happen. And then you only need to get Joe or someone on the camera and like ripping the piss out of Mr. or the other way around. Was it when Joe, we took him down, he's like, yeah, I'm just going to tell Jimmy he did that one wrong. He's like, what? I didn't, did I? And you could see how much it matters.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're on guard for like, I'm not going to take shit. I'm not going to be vulnerable. But
it's a wicked atmosphere. We have so much fun there. You know, especially the squad sessions are just. I mean, we had 24 there on Monday. We need more mat space. We're going to move to the bigger space in Loughborough soon. So we'll actually be opening the Rough House, which will be very cool for the first time.
I've actually got some new designs.
Oh, wicked!
I sat up and I did them the other night, so I've got them ready for people.
Well, we should wrap this here and then do a bit of grown-up work.
I've got to put some stuff up, haven't we?
We have.
We can do that. Well, just a quick one then. Thank you to everyone who has continued to support. I know we've moved to a new platform. It doesn't always make things easy when you have to sign up and do a new account, but basically we just, without everyone doing and buying, we can't carry on. So we're massively grateful for everyone continuing to support. Obviously getting the orders out. There's a new difference with the pin badges, button badges, which people seem to like, which is good. So it's just massive appreciation, really. More
loads of new T-shirts. We've got that martial arts one that you're wearing with the bonsai tree on the back. The boxing ones are selling fast, aren't they?
Flying. I think
We've
it's
got the
Dean's
lifestyle
big
ones. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's a good billboard, mate.
I want to like Dean's back.
It's a good billboard. Yeah, we can't give you the back with the T-shirt.
No.
You'll have to build your own back. But we've got a bunch of new stuff.
If you put Dean's back on me, I'd look like Leonardo from the Turtles.
You would.
The fucking shell.
You would.
But yeah, so there's the Co. There's a few new caps. To be fair, we try and bring as much stuff through as often as we can. But when we do these drops, it's nice that people, they sort of react to it, which is cool. So yeah, it's just very grateful of our little community more than anything. I want to say thanks after having a successful launch.
Yeah, and sticker packs will return, but with better quality and better numbers and better organisation.
Just got to untwist my brain around the sticker board at the minute. But are we recording? Will definitely be a bonus.
Of course.
That's coming soon.
Of course. Right.
Nice one, dude.
Nice one, mate.
Yeah, take it easy.
Good catching up. Catch you next time.